So let's see here. I can take a pawn on f7 with both rook and the queen. And there is maybe some follow-up with this bishop that could go very easy in the game somehow. But there is still different move order by going just bishop to e4, harassing the queen, and then taking this pawn. This is looking for me like the best move. Bishop e4, and then if queen goes somewhere, let's try attack the rook here on e2. It is most threatening. Okay, bishop e4, queen e2, queen takes f7 with a check, king h8, maybe queen f8 check, rook takes f8, rook takes f8. Yeah, it looks like. So maybe you can see here, because of my rating in puzzle solving, I will get a bit harder problems. If you start, for instance, with a rating of 1000, you will get easier problems, and then with time you can go and start solving harder and harder problems if you do tactics well here on this website. So rook h4. Black pawns are pretty advanced, so I need to think about pushing pawns here. Maybe pawn to g6 or pawn to a6. This position is a bit problematic for me because everything looks very good for black. It is important also to spot that this knight here doesn't have a lot of squares to go. So it is impossible to go here because I will take it with a pawn. It's impossible also to go here. This e7 square is also forbidden, and c7. So practically the only square where this knight could go is here, f4. But it is also important to spot that white could go here with c4 check. And after that, black Black's king cannot go to b4 because of the knight. So for instance, if I try to go with this rook to d1, white could just play c4, and after, let's say, king c2, king c2, not sure what to do here, so I maybe could go c4 to prevent his move, but then I'm giving one more square for the knight on b4. But then this knight is away from these pawns here. I'm not sure, let's try it. Okay, this is just a solution. So it's very important to prevent this c4 check. Here I see immediately very nice move. Knight e4 check, and if white takes it, I will take his queen. But what is the problem then? Because I have endgame in which queen needs to fight against two rooks. Four pawns, six pawns, five pawns. But this pawn is also weak. So if I go here, he takes, I take his queen. He needs to take with queen. What is the follow-up here? So maybe in this position, when king is on c3, maybe queen a3, rook b3. No. It doesn't look like winning position for me, at least. Let's see again. Knight e4, f takes c4, rook takes c3, king takes c3. Let's go for it. No, it's not a follow-up. Maybe I should first to give some check or something. Okay, let's see the solution. Of course. Let's see my idea. Knight e4, f takes c4, rook takes c3. Okay, black is still better. Black is better for more than a pawn. So I didn't find the right solution, but even though my position here is completely fine, I think it's very hard to win this endgame, but somehow, I don't know, here in this position is natural move, maybe here, I don't know, but it's very hard to see what. So engine want to play here, so I can take a pawn here somehow, where, and now, okay, now white is better, but it's very hard to say in human game, because I need to be aware also of my pawns here, but also I have here some passed pawns, so mainly here is the question how white could somehow manage his both rooks to work for him in the best way. There should be some nice tactic here. First, I was looking at knight f3 check and knight f1 check, so mainly to go here and give check, which I think is not so good, because white can take it with both knight and the bishop. But knight f1 check is, I think, more interesting, because king cannot go on h1 because of knight g3 attacking both the king and the rook. So after knight f1 check, I suppose that white should take knight of f1, then I could take rook on e2 with a check, but after that, unfortunately, I don't see that I have enough pieces to give a checkmate here. So I thought about knight f1 check, bishop takes f1, rook takes c2, bishop takes c2, queen f2 check, king h1, and I have practically only the queen. I cannot give checkmate only with queen. Okay, we need to think about more things here, so maybe just to take a knight here, queen takes g1, is it okay? He needs to take, so he needs to play king takes g1, then maybe this check, he could just go on f2 in, and I don't have anything. Okay, interesting. But I could go just rook b1 and threatening here checkmate. He doesn't have a time just to take on d2 because this is just checkmate. So after rook b1, it looks very good for black. So I will take it and go back. So this is the solution. So you can see here some process of elimination that I used to get the right answer. G3. So black is threatening mating 1, just queen takes h2, checkmate. But also his king here is pretty much open, so I can give checks with both my queen and rook, and also I can give check on e2, e1, but I should be cautious here because some players will play, for instance, queen e1 check, king d8, queen takes c3, and then it's just checkmate here. So for me right now looks more natural just to go queen e2 check, because when queen is here on e2, it also defends taking on h2 and simultaneously attacks black's king. So let's see, queen e2, the only move for black here is king d8. So I need to think about some follow-up. What to do after king d8? So queen e2, king d8, I can just, I think, take on f7, and I can go to e7 with check, but I'm not sure what to do after king c8, and also when my queen is on e7, here black is threatening checkmate in 1. Interesting, but somehow it will be very nice if I will be able to take this rook with a check. So not sure, but somehow when king is on c8, just to take here rook with a check. How to do this? Oh, maybe queen e1 check, king d8, bishop e7 check. Let's see. And then I could take it. So this is all for today.